You're listening to DraftKings Network.
On August 23rd, the summer event Ahsoka arrives on Disney+. Witness the thrilling adventure of former Jedi Knight Ahsoka Tano as she uncovers a disturbing new threat to the galaxy far, far away. Don't miss the 2-episode premiere event of the highly anticipated Star Wars series Ahsoka, streaming August 23rd, only on Disney+.
So, the super fight of our time between Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk was alleged to have been booked, set, ready to go. Elon Musk shared a bunch of details on his X account. I'm never going to get around to saying, like, the actual using of the app. Like,
Just call it Twitter.
I always want to, and I don't know when someone sends a tweet. What do you? I X'd.
I sent a tweet. Just stay with Twitter. Why not?
Because I think everything about it doesn't want to be referred to as Twitter anymore. That's why they've done this whole rebrand, and I don't know what to say exactly.
I think Twitter is the most commonly understood name for it, so calling it Twitter works.
Okay, so he X'd.
Tweeted.
All right.
This is like a Prince symbol thing, right? Like Prince was always Prince, but then Prince was the artist formerly known as Prince. It was just a symbol. We're like, who is this? And you're like, it's Prince.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
like,
Prince.
okay, yeah.
Get over
I'm gonna call you Twitter. I'm gonna call you Twitter.
Yeah.
All right. So the fight will be managed by my and Zuck's foundations, parenthetically not UFC. Live stream will be on this platform and Meta. Everything in camera frame will be ancient Rome, so nothing modern at all. I spoke to the PM of Italy and Minister of Culture. They have agreed on an epic location. Everything will be done to pay respect to past and present of Italy. All proceeds go to veterans. And then another one in his thread, and pediatric hospitals in Italy. It's a lot of details coming from Elon Musk, who has displayed the behavior of someone who is ducking Mark Zuckerberg, be it his parents coming out and saying he can't take this fight, reports of a surgical procedure delaying all these things, and Elon Musk gave all these details, and it sounded like this thing was really happening because that sounds like a fully fleshed out plan. Does it not? And a lot of people got excited because a lot of people are curious to see how this goes, and a lot of people just want to see one or both of these guys getting punched in the face. But Zuck took to Threads, and I'm a Threads guy. I like Threads. You can actually share the threads now, which is a big. If you're in your group chat, you can see what's going on in Thread without actually having to be active on Threads, which is a big thing. But I understand why Threads gets dragged. It came out the box strong, and then it fizzled out. But Zuck took to Threads. And I don't know what the line is. I've seen action on this, and people are looking at Elon's size and giving him a lot of credit there. But Zuck is pretty serious about this.
He's a legitimate jiu-jitsu practitioner, and he's won tournaments before. Like if you look at Zuck's body, you're like, oh wow, that's not what I thought.
How many calories does he have in his diet?
Wait, what happened when you looked at Zuck's body?
No, somebody else was like, damn, that's crazy.
No, his
Surprises you? Is that what you're saying?
It surprised a lot of people.
No, he's pretty chiseled.
Yeah.
He spends his free time doing this stuff. And
so this isn't like a Steven Seagal, Vladimir Putin thing.
No.
I love those videos, though, of Steven Seagal being so awesome at martial arts still to this day.
I like when he's like checked out in the video. Like he's still putting on the thing, but he just kind of goes like this, and the people are just doing backflips when he like barely touches them.
I mean, that's a good body. That's a good body.
Would that be if I told you, hey, that's Zuckerberg's body, or did they put that on like his head on that body? What would you say?
Well, that photo actually does look photoshopped.
It looks photoshopped, right?
He's got a Mike Lennon neck in this photo.
It's very long and discolored.
It's very tan compared to the rest of it. I did not know his neck was that long. That looks like a lazy photo.
You have that being his head and Glennon's body?
Well, that's Glennon's Glennon's
just
neck.
the neck? Because Glennon's not that jacked. I mean, there's no way, right?
By the way, shout out to Zuck for keeping the natural lettuce. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a person in his position could have done any number of things, but he said, you know what, this is me.
Like Elon.
Well,
who was a person in his position. So dealing with Elon Musk doesn't seem unlike, dealing with Stugotz, because he's completely full of it, as we can see.
Very mean to Stugotz.
Thank you, Jess.
But he offered up like a true pathological liar. He offered up all these details to make you think maybe there's something to it this time. And Zuck just comes out the gates with, I think we can all agree Elon isn't serious and it's time to move on. I offered a real date. Dana White offered to make this a legit competition for charity. Elon won't confirm a date. And then he says he needs surgery and now asked to do a practice round in my backyard instead. If Elon ever gets serious about a real date and official event, he knows how to reach me. Otherwise, time to move on. I'm going to focus on competing with people who take the sport seriously.
Bruh, Zuck gonna kill that man. Don't let that man fight no damn Zuck. Please, Elon, don't do it, brother. That man's serious shit. You playing.
Elon is leaning into the heel in this fight.
He's not doing it, Juju.
Do you know how difficult it is to make Mark Zuckerberg the hero in this tale? Like,
not if the other guy is Elon Musk, though.
This is the all-time face turn, and it's just a face turn by proxy because of how much Elon Musk is even doing wrestling heel tactics to avoid a fight. Like, if I wasn't so beat up in my last match, I'd tear you apart limb from limb, but we're going to have to wait till Backlash. Like, he is doing all the heel moves right now. It's honestly psychological warfare from Elon Musk. That, or it's just him being a pathological liar. Why did he offer up all these details? It's straight heel. Straight heel.
It's the Stugotz move, right? You throw all the details in, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, wait, but hold on, I can't make it.
Bingo.
But Zuck leads his sentence off, and I know he threaded this, so that's his base. And Elon's tweeting this, so that's
Only
his
had
base.
600 likes, too.
Yeah. I was one of them. I was one of them.
It's still growing. It's still growing.
But here's how I have in my group chats, I have a penalty for whenever you double post media, right? You have to do a chuggy. And this was on Threads for so long, I thought surely someone had seen it. Or at least it got aggregated on Twitter. But I sent it in blind. Surprisingly enough, no one shared the thread of Mark Zuckerberg providing actual news here on this front. But for him to say, in the internet age where we're all disagreeing, I think we all know that Elon Musk is kind of full of it here. And for it to be met with generally universal agreement, this is a special place in history and in society that Elon Musk is occupying right now. And at least when it comes to this fight, because he's doing the things to sell it. Not that you need to sell this fight, because people are going to want to watch this. If Jake Paul can do big numbers on pay-per-view, Zuck and Elon certainly can. People want to see someone.
You're watching to see Elon get punched, though, right?
Whatever your favorite.
Either guy is fine. Yeah,
I want to see them both get punched. A double knockout would be great.
I want to see Elon stuck in the wall from getting uppercutted by Zuck.
I saw a tweet saying that Nate Diaz made more money in that one fight than he did in his UFC career. That can't be true, right?
No, it's true.
That can't be true.
It's true.
I feel like Jake makes sure of it because Jake and his business partner.
I think that's part of the point, Bill.
But serious question. How are they making so much money on these Jake Paul fights? Like, who is I know Chris has said that he's bought it a couple times, but that seems like something ripe for I'll just find a way to stream that.
What I can't understand is I thought the jig would be up. He lost. He lost to a legit boxer, and you'd think everybody would use that, okay, the circus is over. No, not actually. The circus keeps going. In fact, Logan's back in the game. And I actually want to see the Logan fight against Dylan Dennis because that seems like there's real heat there.
Talk about another guy who's going to pull out right before the fight.
Right. I was at UFC Nashville, and I bought Jake Paul's fight. I was watching that and the UFC, so it's people out here that want to see it.
Yeah, he sold out the American Airlines Center in Dallas. The place was packed. Just on gate, they made a ton of money.
They're really good at this, the Paul brothers. And it's easy to hate. And
that promotion or fighting? Both.
Both. I mean, Logan was the greatest thing.
No, give them credit.
Logan hung in there.
At WWE.
Yeah.
Logan's great. He's a natural at it. But Logan took a fight with Floyd, and it did kind of legitimize him. He didn't win the fight, but he survived it. He survived it against arguably the greatest pound for pound. And now you can pick it apart and say there were so many times that Floyd could have had the kill shot. But Logan's a big guy. Weight classes for a reason. It's hard to put that man that size down, and he earned a lot with that performance.
Right, like you said about Floyd, I think that's what Jake Paul has now. We tune in to see him get knocked out, and he's not getting knocked out, so we'll see you next time.
But he's kind of had it's weird because maybe I'm just internalizing this. But in my eyes, I've kind of come around on the Pauls a little bit. I went from despising them to kind of being okay with them to like rooting for them. I'm like, I like how Jake goes at Dana.
You
and
respect
the UFC.
them. You respect them.
I know it's part of his nicknames, but it is Mavericky from the Paul brothers. And they're carving out this entire lane. And Floyd actually did this first to give Floyd his flowers. He did this while being legitimate. Come in, watch me get my face beat, and inevitably through my skill, some of them will be Team Floyd. And you may have to overlook some things in my past to root for me, but I'm going to make myself irresistible. And the Paul brothers do have this star quality that is undeniable. They're really good at this media thing. They're fantastic at it. They're great at weaponizing their audience. They're great at monetizing the level of celebrity, which seems ridiculous. I guess I showed my age when Jake Paul first came on the scene, but my first introduction to Jake Paul was really like, who's this celebrity that thinks he's a fighter? What is a KSI? How are people making money off of this? Who would watch this? He became famous for being famous. And now he's famous for kind of shifting a paradigm.
Aren't the Pauls, in a sense, though, sports washing, like the way that some of these countries do? Like, they basically wore out their welcome as YouTubers. Nobody liked them anymore. So we said, all right, we want to see them get punched in the face. And then, good for them, they've learned how to fight. Like, that's cool.
But I don't think they wore up their welcome on YouTube. They're still, like, growing.
Sorry, they became more and more polarizing guys who had lots of issues in their
But you're
past.
saying they shifted
so they've
their game
shown
to
up,
sports?
Yeah, they shifted
Right.
their game to sports, and they
Right.
convinced people to watch them get punched in the face. And then the good part, from the business perspective, that is, like, credible, is they learned how to fight. Like, there's that element of it that they are not...
Logan trained himself to do something really difficult.
No, they are not making jokes of themselves,
So
and that part is impressive.
Are you
but
guys saying that if they lose or they get punched in the face, they lose a fight?
once they start
that's
losing,
it?
it's over.
It's over.
Once they start losing
Right.
consistently?
No.
Consistently.
He lost to Fury.
Because I would tell my opponents, hey, the second I start losing is the second you stop getting paid. How about that?
But he lost to
Think
Fury.
about it for a second.
I think this fight did bigger business. The Diaz fight did bigger business than the Fury fight. And that's after a loss.
Well, it's because Nate has a huge following too, though. Like, that was the other thing, is bringing the power of Nate Diaz into the ring. A lot of people wanted to see Nate, who's a zombie in his own right in the UFC, who never gets knocked out, try to fight Jake Paul. And it was just, he was outmatched from the second the bell rung.
They are textbook examples. These, historically, personalities like this, they would be on celebrity boxing in 2 weeks' time, you know? But they have totally leveraged their audience to the point that with KSI, he's got this official hydration. They've been legitimized by their partnerships. Good on them for leveraging it.
Hey, it's Mike Ryan, and I've been outdoors more than I'd like to admit this summer. It's really hot. I've been burning through shirts. Can't go anywhere in South Florida without a backup shirt. I'm just telling you right now. But that's going to be the second best advice I give you here. The best advice I can possibly give you? It's cracking open that beautiful white can and letting the great taste of Miller Lite hit your taste buds so hard you feel it in your heart. Have yourself some Miller time, folks. Miller time. You know, the time when you and your friends can get together and enjoy the simple things in life. Why don't you let these wonderful summer moments get amplified with Miller Lite? Because when it's summertime, it tastes like Miller time. The best beer there is. I promise you, there isn't going to be a better decision that you can make this summer than just taking a sip out of that beautiful white can. Make unforgettable summer memories with Miller Lite. Get Miller Lite delivered right to your door. Visit MillerLite.com/Dan, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.